Hey, it's me, Bobby33, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventure for the Wii U. In this playthrough, we finally get to meet our first boss of the game. Yay, something a bit different. Now the first boss, first time playing this, well, it wasn't a hard boss, it's just, well, it's a gameplay mechanic, and you pretty much have to use this power up, and I'll show you why to give you a better explanation, but I just found out, like, I think a week ago that Pac-Man the Ghostly Adventure, well, the video game, is getting a sequel. I saw the trailer of it and I saw some decent improvements. Yeah, I go back to that trailer a bit, but in this part you don't really have to worry about the ghosts just getting from A to B. That's pretty much it, so don't really waste your time over here unless you want to find some, I guess, some power up or bonuses. And here's the first time you get to use a cannon and pretty much aim for that ghost thing to destroy that building and revealing another new cannon. Yeah, pretty much just get the rock power up and pretty much none of the ghosts can hurt you, so it's pretty straightforward. And get into another cannon, destroy that building, and we're going to be doing this for a bit while. But back to the trailer for the sequel. The gameplay, it looks pretty much the same with some new power-ups, but and I noticed that they're using the voice actors from the TV show, which is a good move, because I prefer to watch the TV show than over this game. Though not all of them are pretty good voice actors, but pretty much you're gonna have Audrey Lidman, who plays Cylindria in the TV show, Sam Vincent, who plays Spiral. Pac-Man friends will become playable characters, though they're probably gonna have a minor role. So I'm interested in playing that. I'm also going to review that game in the future. Man, I really like my platformers. And this game, well, let's just say I kind of regret giving that 7 out of 10. But, you know, that's here or there. Now over there, it's pretty much get some more titanium to increase your health. But since this game is pretty easy, I don't need it, and pretty much go down this easy breakable platform once you touch it, and then on this thing. And now we get to see our first boss, a giant statue. I don't know what the official name of the statue is, but I'm calling it Shawn Michaels, and most of my wrestling fan is pretty much going to figure out why. Now pretty much it says hit those bars towards the giant Golding's teeth, or Shawn Michaels' teeth, and he'll start using his smile. Get the joke? And that's just one thing I hate about using the Rock Pack power up. I'm pretty sure that's not the official name, but you think, well, every time I try to use it, it always seems to overpower, and sometimes pretty much fall off the platform. It's not a constant thing, granted, but it sometimes does happen, and that could be the annoying thing apart from this boss fight. But for the most part, all the boss fights pretty easy. As long as you have this power up, you can't really use any health if you get hit, and if you just stay still like that with the regular boss, you shouldn't get hurt either. So this is a pretty easy boss fight. Now we got 2 out of the 3 teeth, and oh, almost fell off there. And pretty much at this part, just stand still and jump at the right time. He does this about 3 times and then go back to his regular routine. But the third one will have like one special twist, which you'll see in a moment. Let's see, I pretty much missed that one. Aiming this stuff is pretty hard to do. Yeah, see, watch out for those fireballs. That's pretty much the only thing that can really hurt you. But everything else is just pretty much easy peasy lemon squeezy. But yeah, alright. You got Shawn Michaels off to smile again. I was gonna go back to talk about the sequel a bit, but we just finished this level and we're gonna get another cutscene in a moment. Actually, I think I had a cutscene in the beginning of the stage, but I had to restart it due to some recording issue.
You were right, Cersei. I found
And
tablet.
Well, I better get
I think that was a recording problem right there. I think that was just a
Whoa! How
real edit to a cutscene right there.
I don't know. First time I tried it. No time to
Yeah,
worry
no
about
explaining
that.
how to do
Pyro
stuff.
and Silly are still out there
No
somewhere.
explanation. It's not an explanation video game.
will do?
But anyways, we're off to the last level of the Slime Temple. And then we'll go on to the third world. But back to the sequel about the voice actors. Some of the voice actors are pretty much more recognizable than the one you're hearing right here. We got Sam Vincent, Audrey Lidman, Ashley Ball. I want to say the voice actor who plays Spike. I forgot her name. I think it's like Kathy something. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, much better voice actors. Pac-Man friends are playable. Few new power-ups like turn into a giant Pac-Man. And more interesting levels. Hopefully more variety. Slime Temple is not a bad level. There's definitely a bit more variety than Pactopolis, the first world. But other than that, this game can get really boring really fast. This is why I've been like starting and stopping again. And one thing I hope the sequel will fix is this chameleon power up, mainly the targeting the ghost. You see in a moment here, I will have a problem targeting this ghost right here, and it can get quite frustrating. But other than that, that's really my only problem I have with the chameleon power up. Oh yeah, and also targeting, I guess, these poles to get to other areas. Like right here, gotta wait till it refresh the screen, but I'm afraid to get too close that I won't be able to jump back. But for the most part, that's the only problem I have is pretty much any other power-ups. Well, that and the going thing I mentioned earlier, but I guess that's a minor nitpick. I think it's not really more of bad game mechanics in that one, it's really more of bad use of power up. Maybe if they use that going power up for, I guess, tackling another big round bar thing, you know, kind of like bumper cars, I think that'd be a better use of the power. But for the most part, the game mechanic is pretty much good. With the camera can get annoying at times, but for the most part, it's tolerable. It works pretty much well, and you can fix it to the way you like it. In this part of Slime Temple, really nothing interesting happens. Or at least not what the game provides. the only thing interesting that actually happens is a few mistakes on my part. If you want to call that interesting. And that was pretty much my fault right there. I take blame for that. I don't know, I guess I thought I could make that jump just by one jump, but I need to do a double jump every time. But anyways, I am going to review that sequel. I really do want to give Pac-Man a chance because it's one of those games that I like growing up, but I kind of forgot it along the way because, well, back when I was a kid, I only owned Nintendo consoles, and I think at least 2 of the Pac-Man worlds are PlayStation only. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know there's one on the GameCube. I think that's the 3rd installment. But I just want to give this Pac-Man a chance, even though this is a brand new Pac-Man. But I like what the game developers are, well, he's trying to do. There's just need to take it to the next level, if you know what I mean. And well, I'm a little surprised that they again are making a game based on a TV show, which isn't bad. I mean, Sonic is doing that with Sonic Boom, but I don't know, if I was Bandai Namco, I would really make a Pac-Man series on its own, and maybe not try to connect it to the show. I mean, well, okay, I was gonna say not that the show isn't too bad, and then I want to mistake right there, but I think regarding the TV show, I think once they introduced the aliens, I pretty much just gave up on it. I really have no interest in watching season 2 whenever that may come out. I don't know, it was doing great at first, then it just became, well, so stupid that even I can't really tolerate it. I guess it's not like, well, current Nickelodeon cartoon bad, but it's still bad. Now this part I keep messing up right here because, well, what you need to do is speed up and press the jump button once you get to the end, which, well, even though it's not really that uncommon for that in video games, I'm so used to it with, you know, like, not in a ball form, but just a character like running up as fast as it can and pressing the jump button once you get to that near the end of that platform. But with Pac-Man as a ball, I don't know, I just kind of expect just spin as fast as you can and just let it go. But anyway, that's pretty much my fault, not the game's. And third time's the charm. I made it through, and now we're a bouncy ball Pac-Man. Now, bouncy ball Pac-Man, well, in this part is, well, besides for that one wall jump place, it's, I wouldn't say completely pointless, but I think in this part it's unnecessary, and there's something I'm forgetting, so you could probably forget it for the most part and just make your way up there. I don't know, with the bounce pack, you can't really do a double jump, but I think you can jump as high as a Pac-Man doing the double jump. At least that's what it looks like it from watching this, and I'm glad I got the fireball Pac-Man. I mean, I don't really hate this power. In fact, this is one of my favorites, but maybe in the sequel they could nerf that ability so it won't be too overpowered. But again, that's just my idea, but if they decide to keep it the same, I'm not going to complain. And that's the end of that level. And with that, that's the end of the Sign Temple. Now, in the next playthrough, whenever that may be, again, I may start a let's play of a different game because this game can get pretty boring at times. But if we come back to it pretty soon, we'll be going to the Netherworld. Probably the best stage out of all the worlds. So this is me, Baba Daddy 3, and I catch you guys later.